Hey guys, today I am sharing with you my white sauce recipe. I have shared this recipe before on another video where I was making more of like a wraps. I threw that recipe in there because I was using it for the wraps. However, I really wanted to make a recipe and a video separate for just this sauce because I always have to refer back to that video for just this sauce. This sauce is so good. It is the best sauce that I make at home. It is all from scratch pretty much, and it is just amazing. We use this sauce over grilled chicken. We use it over wings. Well, we dip wings in it. We use it over rice. It's that good. It's that versatile. We use it in wraps, as I said before, and it's just the best sauce. I feel like I don't even know. Right now I'm making my beans and rice, my black beans and rice, and I'm also making my guava barbecue sauce, which I just recently shared that recipe. And this sauce is for our yuca fries, which I also use for our yuca fries. And even when we have a little bit of sauce on our dishes and the rice and beans gets with this sauce, oh my goodness, so good. So I just feel like this sauce can be used for anything. It's just the best sauce ever. And this is also just a few ingredients, which is also amazing because it's so easy to make. We're going to start off with some mayo. I have some mayo, lemons, garlic, cilantro, salt, pepper. Boom, that's it. That is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients, which really salt and pepper. But yes, you do need salt and pepper for this as well. So we're going to start off with some mayo. Now I am making my yuca fries today, as well as my beans and rice. I'll leave all those recipes linked down below if you're interested. Typically, I don't usually measure. I don't usually measure when I make this sauce because I've made it so much. But for recipe purposes, I will have to measure. All right, so in my bowl here, I have a half a cup of mayo that I've just measured out, and I have 2 cloves of garlic. You don't want to use too much garlic. So if you do have smaller cloves, you can use like 3 or 4. But for regular size or bigger size garlics, you just want to use 1 or 2. Because you just want the flavor to be in the background, not too overpowering. So 2 will be perfect for this half a cup. You can use like a microplane or something when doing this. When I grate my garlic for this, I'm going like really, really fast, but I'm not pressing too hard. So it becomes more of a paste. Mix that in. All right, so I've added in my 2 cloves of garlic and I've mixed that in. Next is our lemons. I have 2 lemons here. Oops. I have 2 lemons here. And I'm not necessarily going to use all 2 of these lemons. And another thing too is sometimes lemons could be a little bit more on the acidic side. But you definitely need some lemons. I've tried this with lime juice before, and I know typically what I was trying to create was a restaurant sauce, which is a cilantro lime sauce. And for me, I'm starting off with 1 lemon, by the way, to see how much juice I can get before I even cut open my next one, so I don't waste anything. We just want about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which it looks like I've got a 1/4 cup of lemon juice here. I'm just gonna pour this in, try not to get any seeds. I'm gonna stir that in. So just a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I don't even need that second lemon. This was a quite juicy lemon, so that worked out great. So we have our 2 cloves of garlic, half a cup of mayo, 1/4 cup of lemon juice. It's already smelling divine. We're gonna sprinkle in a little bit of salt, just a pinch, and some pepper, black pepper. A little pinch of salt because you don't want it to be too salty, but you definitely need it to just enhance all those flavors. Mix that in. Listen, I don't typically mix everything unless typically what I'll do is I'll just put everything in the bowl and then mix it. But hey, I have a handful of cilantro here that I have washed and cleaned real nice. And we are gonna finally mince this. All you need is a small handful. I probably don't need all of this cilantro, but I love cilantro and we all love cilantro. So the extra cilantro, we're not gonna mind one bit. But finally dice that up because we want this to run beautiful. Another thing that you can use, which I also use on many occasions, is culantro. If you know, I grow my own garden, have my own garden of culantro outside. The weather has been so crazy lately that it did damage some of my plants. So I'm using cilantro. I always like to use cilantro too. I mentioned in one of those videos on how I grow my culantro because I like to give it a little break sometimes. I don't always want to be harvesting for my plants. I kind of like to give it a little break. So I usually alternate between cilantro as well. Okay, that looks great. I'm going to put this in here. That is a lot of cilantro. That was a small handful. That was actually a big handful, by the way, not a small handful. But again, we don't mind the extra cilantro. We love it. So set this aside. And of course, I'm just gonna stir this in, and look at that. I mean, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but it looks glorious. And it's going to be a perfect balance of acidity and saltiness and flavorful with the cilantro and the garlic. I mean, it's perfection. That's it. That is it. It is just a handful of ingredients. It is the best sauce that, again, we use on wings, grilled chicken, rice, wraps, yuca fries, anything and everything. You can dip this sauce in with any and everything. It is so good. Oh my goodness. So I hope that you give this recipe a try. If you've tried this sauce before from previous recipes, because I've shared it, how I've shared that I use this sauce before. So if you've tried this, let us know below if you enjoyed it. And also if you do, if this is your first time trying it or anything like that, just let us know down below. We'll be so happy to hear from you. I will see you guys in my next recipe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. I just wanted to give you a little close-up here of this glorious goodness. Yes, yes, and thank you. That is what I want. So honestly, it's just a few ingredients. Try this if you're making wings or anything like that. It is so good. This with my air fryer chicken and my yellow rice, my seasoned rice. We also use this in my air fryer chicken as well. It's just delicious in so many things. That's why I think it's such a great recipe to have, because you can make this sauce with anything and it will be delicious on so many different things. And even though it's just one flavor of a sauce, when you add and pair it with different things, it is fantastic. Honestly.